I hope you all are well, and we are heading towards a new year 2023. And we have been talking a lot of development during this year 2022. And when I talk about MSMEs, there are a lot of things which we are talking about MSMEs as well, and how they are performing, how they are contributing towards the economy, the Indian economy, and so on and so forth. So today, I'm going to talk about what are the major challenges faced by the MSMEs and what are the impacts. So, welcome everyone. My name is Alok, and as you know, I'm a business coach, especially working with MSMEs and entrepreneurs to help them grow with the latest technology and trends. When I work very closely with these people, I found a lot of gaps, the gaps between what should be done and what they are exactly doing. So, keeping in mind all those things, I give them suggestions, and especially when it comes to technology. And nowadays, business is all about using the right technology at the right time and then growing your business. So there are a lot of things which I come across, and when I feel that these things are definitely necessary for the business owners, for the MSMEs especially, so I do guide them and help them moving forward. So this topic is again in continuation with what I have been talking since long about MSMEs, the digital presence, the digital literacy, and there are so many other factors which are affecting the SMEs. So we'll be talking about what are the major challenges and how they are impacting the growth and the overall economy of the country. So let's understand MSMEs. So as you all know, MSMEs, which we call as micro, small and medium enterprise, are important part of economy due to their contribution towards economical growth, employment generation, and there are so many things as well. I have been talking since long about how the numbers, there are more than 120 million which are jobs which are being generated by this MSMEs. Especially this SME has been divided into two categories. One is manufacturing and the other is services, right? So now this MSMEs are considered to be the pillars of Indian economy because of their considerable contribution to the uh, exports and overall GDP, employment generation, economy, and you name all the big terms, and they are the pillars of those things. So businesses in the sectors are responsible for most of the job creation in the country, and overall that is how they are contributing towards the economical growth. Now we know that there has been a tremendous growth in the past few years because of the government policies, and there are different things which the MSMEs are also deploying. So the growth is enormous, the potential is enormous. However, despite their potential, these businesses are not growing to that extent which they should have been going. So there are different challenges which are being faced by this MSMEs, and that is what I wanted to bring to your notice, and I'll be also giving you solutions towards that. So let's first understand what are the major primary challenges being faced by the SMEs, which is also affecting their growth and obviously in return affecting the country's growth as well. So the first and foremost thing, after talking to a lot of business owners, MSMEs, I could find that the major challenge which is along with this MSC is financial issues. So when I talk about financial issues, uh, that is a kind of lack of finance, I would say, but it's all about the finance management and overall the impact of the finances on this types of businesses. So most MSMEs owners come from rural and educational deprived areas. Honestly, this is what the data is talking about. And their ignorance of government benefits make them unaware of their special financial privileges. As I said, government is working hard towards making this businesses sustainable, but because they come from a rural background and they are deprived of all these government policies, they are not able to take this advantage of the financial privileges which the government has already created for them, right? So their carelessness leads to making bad financial decisions and obviously causing financial difficulties. Furthermore, I would say MSME firms in India are typically less credit worthy than the larger counterparts. If you see the big corporates, they are enjoying this credit benefit from the bigger banks as well. They have bigger tie ups at the senior level, and because of which they have the access to credit benefits which is being given by the banks, wherein when it comes to MSMEs, this benefits are not being provided to them, right? So as MSMEs have no asset to surrender as collateral, lenders cannot analyze or know whether they can repay their loans or not, because of which this credit worthiness is not being given to the MSMEs, which is one of the major problems of liquid cash, I would say. The flowing cash which is required on a daily basis for this MSMEs to work and keep growing. So financial issues is one of the major one. Coming next is the skill, number two. So as you know that Indian MSMEs depend heavily on informal workers, informal workers who are often underpaid, and they also lack the technical skills necessary to boost the productivity. That is why this Indian MSMEs are far, far behind their counterparts in their other countries. So in the longer run, this impacts the growth prospects of smaller firms by making them take on jobs requiring limited skills and expertise. And this Indian SMEs, as I said, they come from a urban background. They don't understand the importance of skills. They hire anybody and everybody, and they assume that the production is going to happen the same way, which is not the fact. So if they don't invest training on the skills, and because of the financials, they definitely try not to do that. So overall, the productivity gets hampered, right? Sorry. Coming to the third point, which is marketing and managerial related challenges. Marketing and managerial skills are really important for any organizations to grow. So here, when it comes to MSMEs coming from a, I would say, uh, rural area, and because of they are deprived of, I would say, the latest tools and technology, they are literally not in a condition to manage the things well. So that is one of those major reasons because of which again they are stuck. So MSME growth remains a significant hurdle due to the absence of entrepreneurial, managerial, and marketing skills. You know how important these are. So boosting sales and acquiring new customers requires the right marketing strategies, which they are not understanding how to implement it, even though there are few who are really learning and trying to do that. But because of these skills not being there for quite a long time, they are not able to do that. So additionally, MSMEs face challenges related to the ineffective marketing strategy, lack of marketing analysis, and identify target audience in India. Thus, this MSMEs cannot compete due to a lack of professionalism and structured management. Right? So overall, you know, like you are the head of the family and you are running the show, you should be having those capabilities to take care of everyone. Now you cannot be a expert in all those domains. That is where a team comes into play, right? But the managerial skill, whether you are good at something, but overall managerial skill and professionalism is required for the businesses to grow, and this is where this MSM is lag. Coming to the technology part, the number four, which I call it the technology, which is a primary deterrent because of which the SMEs are not able to grow. And I've been talking about digital literacy for MSMEs as well. You must have heard, like, being literate in the earlier days was just about writing and speaking. Now you have to be digitally literate, and I have been talking about this topic for quite a long time, wherein I say that you have to be digitally literate. The definition of digital literacy is just about utilizing the tools and technology, utilizing the devices and internet to understand, do the payments, do your necessary actions on a day-to-day life. But when I talk about MSMEs and when it comes to that context of digital literacy, I say that your business should be growing with the help of technology, and that is what comes under my purview of digital literacy for MSMEs. So MSMEs are definitely not deprived of those internet, not deprived of the devices, but they're definitely deprived of the knowledge, because of which they are not able to use this social media platform, internet, and all these tools and technologies to grow their businesses. So here again they lack because of the technology adoption, and that is very slow, I would say. People are growing in, but the pace which should have been is definitely slower. Now, coming to the last point, which is labor related challenges. So, a successful manufacturing enterprise depends on skilled labor, right? And many inconsistencies exist in MSMEs regarding skilled personnel and complying with labor laws. The lack of affordable skilled labor further compounds MSMEs' woes as well. So, while MSMEs firms face numerous challenges, the government still is striving to make this sector more competitive. So, there is a gradual decrease in the funding cost while the public and private sectors strive to develop more competitive products. The new players who are the fund tech companies, I would say, who are funding and doing digital things, now they have come up with multiple different kinds of products for these MSMEs, because there was a huge gap and still there is a huge gap between the conventional banking for the MSMEs and the newer requirements which there should have been. So banking is also one of those critical components because of which there is a lot of gap, the requirement with this the versus the services which is being provided by the conventional banks. So the fintech companies are also moving in and helping MSMEs. So overall, if you see, MSMEs are doing a great job. As I said, that they are almost contributing to one third of the GDP of the country, and they're also helping create employment to more than 120 million people in India. Now, here the point is, even if they are the backbone of the country, they are not able to grow because of certain challenges, and these challenges are not developed in a day. It has been coming since a long way, but because of this transition happening with digital tools and technology, these people are also now towards the growth pattern. And if I always say, there are multiple ways to do that. Let's say if you are a conventional and a traditional business owner and you are doing good in your business but you are lagging somewhere, so either you can learn on your own if you can afford that, sparing the time to learn on your own, or you can hire some employee to do that, or you can outsource these services to somebody who is well and doing pretty good. So you have multiple options to adopt these services in your business, and this is what my recommendation is. So financial things you have to take care of yourself, and you have to utilize what government is giving those benefits. So once you are aware of those benefits being provided by the government, you can definitely use that, number one. Number two, you can use conventional and the newer ways of managing finances with different tools and different products by the new fintech companies. Number three is helping and providing more and more training to your laborers, because skills is one thing which you cannot compromise, enhancing your productivity. Number four is the adoption of technology, and number five is obviously you have to abide with the labor laws. The country has already made it very simple, although it is still for some people uh, too clumsy to do all these formalities, I would say. The statutory requirements are too huge to cope up with, but still the government is also working on hand in hand towards the SMEs. Now, the overall thing is that you have to decide what you want to do, number one, and you have to find a way to do it. So there are multiple things which I would request SMEs to keep on doing it. It's not about just producing something, you have to produce a better quality product with better services. Innovative products are coming in day out. So MSMEs are literally the backbone of Indian economy, and they need better finances, they need better policies from the government as well, in order to boost the entire growth of the country. So thank you all for watching me and listening me live. I look forward to your suggestions and your comments on this particular topic, because my endeavor is to help every MSME create sustainable and profitable business all throughout. So thank you so much once again. Looking forward to meet you in maybe coming new year, and happy new year in advance. Thank you so much. Bye bye.